Good morning, Standard 10 students. Now I'll explain the other two reasons where Bassanio is proving outward appearance is very deceiving or it fools. So the last time I taught you about the golden color hair, and the person who's wearing that golden color hair fails to understand that the original head in which this hair grew is lying in the grave, with worms biting it. So the outward appearance is very good golden color, but the same head is being eaten up by worms. And then he says hard food for Midas. Before that, I'll take it from here. To a most dangerous sea, the beauteous scarf veiling an Indian beauty. Now, those days, during the Elizabethan age, people believed that golden color hair and fair skin is considered to be beautiful. Dark skin, curly hair, they signify ugliness. Now, to hide the ugliness, these people living in the West Indies, they wear colorful scarves to hide their ugliness. And then the next part he says is about the hard food for Midas. Now remember, he was a king and he had a fascination for gold. So the god had given him a gift and asked him, whatever you want, you ask. So he said, I want whatever I touch turn to gold. And whatever he touched turned to gold. But unfortunately, when he went to eat, so when the food touched him, the food also turned to gold. And he was unable to consume any food. Then when his daughter he kissed his daughter, she turned out to be a golden statue. So it was a curse for him. And he prayed to the God to take back this gift of his. So the outcome of gold is not very pleasing. People lose their lives. People cannot get sleep when they have plenty of gold in them. So that is why he feels that gold is not a good metal to keep, because the result is very painful or the result is very negative. People lose their lives. So in that way, what happens? He rejects the golden casket because he knows that people are very cunning. Like the jewelers, like I told you, in the jewelry shop you will find 101 bulbs, lights. As soon as you go, they switch on all the lights. Now the lights play the trick. It adds more to the shine. It adds more to the glitters. Now if you tell the shopkeeper, I want the lights off, he will not agree with you, because that is the trick. So whenever you go shopping, you will notice why there are so many lights in the shop. So now, when he looks at silver, he calls silver a pale metal. A pale metal means a simple metal which is commonly used as coins. And these coins move from one hand to another. And it also means how these slaves, they are bought and sold. So they also move from one hand to another hand. So silver has been compared to the silver coins that move from one hand to another hand. And it is a part of the drudgery, the corruption. Now, buying and selling slaves or trading is done by silver coins. So that is why he rejects the silver coin, because it is commonly used for buying and selling slaves. Okay, and it moves from one hand to another, causing all sorts of disease, and it does not have a very good look, as well as it is considered to be a kind of something referring to corruption. And then he feels attracted towards the leaden casket. He says, though the inscription is very threatening, but yet I do not know why I am being attracted towards this leaden casket. So when he passes the comment and he makes it known to Portia that he has no inclination or love for silver and gold. He has seen the negative aspects of these two costly metals, but he shows a little interest in the leaden casket, though the inscription is very frightening or threatening. Now when Portia comes to know that he is now insisting and he has chosen the leaden casket, that means he has chosen the right casket. Now she is overwhelmed. She is too excited. Okay, now she is going to marry the person whom she immensely loves. So she is very, very happy, and she knows the first thing she wants to remove from her mind is all the negative thoughts, all the negative things that plays in the mind. Okay, despair, jealousy, doubts, and all the wrong things in life. She says, let that disappear into the air. I don't want to have any negative thoughts now. And here she compares jealousy to a monster. So jealousy has been personified as a monster, a green-eyed monster. She wants all those things to move away from her life. And now she says, I am very, very happy. I have got happiness in excess now. But I want it under control. I have to control my happiness, my joy. Because anything that comes in excess can be very dangerous. So that is why she says, keep me under control. I am happy, and my excess of happiness should not be the cause of my death, or should not be the cause of my ill health. I should not fall sick. If I get too excited and if I am unable to control my emotions, then I will be the ultimate sufferer, and I will not be able to enjoy the happiness that awaits me in my future life. So that is what she is talking about here, about controlling her emotions. The first thing, she wants all the negative thoughts to disappear into the air, to vanish. I mean, only good things should come, and good things should not come also in great excess. It says, lessen my happiness, lessen my joy, so that I am normal, and I will be able to enjoy the blessings rather than suffer the excess blessing that has been bestowed on me. So that is how, that is the soliloquy. She is talking to herself, or she is imagining these things. Like she does not want to show how excited or how happy she is, so that she may not fall sick or she may not suffer. Then the next step is Bassanio now opening the leaden casket. So now what I will keep it till here. Okay. And then I shall see if there is any days that are free, then I can take a test of Act 3, Scene 2, up to where I have taught. Okay. Thank you. If you have any doubts, you can always send me a message and I will clarify it. Thank you.